Uh-oh, I forgot a page of card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to No More. Today's topic, we're going to be discussing drunk driving. This show here is going to be dedicated to a fellow officer who just lost his life this week. He lost his life too soon, too early, due to someone's negligence, getting behind the wheel knowing that they were drunk. This topic touches a lot of people in the community. It affects many. I'm pretty sure a lot of us is aware of MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. We've heard about several people who lost their lives. There was an incident on, I believe it was Spring Mountain, where an individual was high and drunk and jumped the curb at the bus stop. So I'm going to start off a little bit about why is drunk driving a problem. Underage drinking is a major problem in the U.S., claiming about 4,700 annual deaths of underage youth. According to researchers at the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC also reports that while occurrence of drunk driving by teens has declined over the past 20 years, nearly 1 million teens drove while under the influence of alcohol. Drunk driving is hazardous to teen drivers, passengers, and innocent people on the road. Educating teens on the multiple effects of drunk driving can help prevent deaths or even injuries. Myself and my husband was also hit by a drunk driver 2 months ago on the 24th, going home from church. So we need to get the awareness out there. A lot of people don't realize that you get behind the wheel, you're drinking, you can actually take someone's life. You're not in your right mind, your right state of mind, so you don't know what are you doing. I mean, you can't react fast to certain situations because your impairment is delayed. The cost of drunk driving is about $27 billion annually. And there are a lot of legal issues that they have to go through as far as, the cost of going to classes, the charges that you have to go through, your attorneys you have to file, not to mention the victims, their families, the cost that they have to put out of pocket for a funeral cost because, why? Your negligence. Now, the long-term outcome is, when children drink, they don't know the effect that it has on their mental state. They don't know the effect that it has on their brains, as far as the brain cells, the development that disrupts your growth. And 11 facts about driving under the influence. 1, you have impairment. 2, on the average, a drunk driver will drive 80 times under the influence before first arrest. Now, working in the prison system, I've noticed, or I've seen that there have been a couple of gentlemen that was actually incarcerated for a DUI, and it wasn't their first DUI. This inmate he had 10 DUIs, and nothing ever happened to him. It was always like a slap on the wrist, classes, he plays fine. Okay, they put the monitor on the steering wheel, he blows into it, or better yet, he has someone else blow into it when he still wanted to drink and drive. And then after his 10th DUI, he actually got behind the wheel again. And this time he hit somebody, he killed somebody. So this person is never going to come back, all because of his negligence, not to mention his negligence, what happens about the state. What they didn't penalize the inmate for driving under the influence of alcohol or even narcotics. He had 10 DUIs and nothing ever happened to him. A lot of these things go under the rug and and overlooked. And then because of it being overlooked, then somebody's life is in jeopardy. Not only yours, mine, and whoever else drives on the road. Every 53 minutes in America, someone is killed in a drunk driving crash. That equals to about 27 people a day. Now that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people losing their lives behind drunk driving, behind somebody's negligence or carelessness because they want to go and have fun and drink, and then don't realize, or they maybe do realize, but don't care that they're putting themselves in jeopardy and someone else's life in jeopardy. But 9 times out of 10, when they cause the accident, they walk away with a scratch or a little bump on their head. And the ones that was a victim, they lose their lives. For drivers under 21, the U.S. has no tolerance policy that does not allow any alcohol to be in the blood system while behind the wheel. The consequences could include expensive fines, loss of license, or jail. And every 90 seconds, someone is injured from a drunk driver. In 2011 alone, 9,878 people were victims of drunk drivers. Between 50 to 75% of the people who have had their license revoked due to driving under influence drive illegally without their license. So when they are caught on their first or second offense, they get caught up and they get their license taken away. They go to court. They have to go to these classes. Okay, they go to these classes and then their license are revoked. But yet that still doesn't stop that person from driving. That still doesn't stop that person from getting behind the wheel, which I've seen a lot of times that happens. You know, I've also seen when they had the breathalyzer, the little monitor that's hooked onto their steering wheel. I've actually seen somebody call a friend of theirs to come and blow into the mouthpiece on the steering wheel to start their vehicle. Traffic accidents are the leading cause of death for teens, and roughly 1/3 of these incidents involve alcohol or another substance. Thanks to law enforcement around driving under influence since 1980, the fatalities rate of drunk driving has been cut by 50%. That's half. Even though it's getting better, but it's not good enough because we still have people who are losing their lives behind drunk drivers. Kids and teens who get involved with alcohol at a young age are 7 times more likely to be involved in an alcohol-related crash in their lives. Now, recently this year, there were 2 young girls on Boulder Highway that actually lost their lives behind somebody foolishness. I'm just gonna call it what it is, a straight foolishness. You know, for you to be a grown person, you call yourself an adult, to get behind a wheel, a 10-ton vehicle, and drive, and you're not driving correctly, you're driving sporadically, you're driving crazy, you're not thinking properly, and you go and you hit somebody. Not only do you hit somebody, you kill somebody. There was a mother who was pregnant that lost her life, her baby, all because of somebody's foolishness. You know, enough is enough with this craziness. People just, you know, they take life for granted. You get behind this wheel and you drive. How would you feel if somebody, your mother, actually got killed by a drunk driver? Stop to think how you would feel. If this happened to you, if the shoe was on the other foot, how would you react? How would you feel? Now think about the victim's parents. Think about the victim's family. How do they feel right now? Speaking to the young man that took this officer's life a couple of days ago, how do you think his family feels? They are mourning over a loss of their loved one. Why? Because you was foolish enough to get behind in your car and drive. Now, how hard was it for you to just pick up your phone and call and say, hey, I need a ride? Call a cab and say, hey, I need a ride. I can't drive. I'm drunk. But all because you didn't think about that. You got behind the wheel and you killed somebody. He is not going to wake up tomorrow and see another day. He is not going to see his family's faces anymore. His mother is crying and mourning because she lost her child. And now all you could do is you spend your life behind bars. You still have your life. You still can call your mom. You still can call your family. You still can see your family. Your family can still come and visit you. But can he? Can he get up and go to work? Can he get up and see his kids? Can he? No. This man is not going to be buried 6 feet under. Why? Because you were negligent. Because you were ignorant into the fact that you got behind a wheel of a vehicle. You drove this car and you killed somebody, an innocent somebody.
Mama,
underage drinking is a national concern that's leading to more injuries and deaths than people realize. In fact, nearly 11 million underage people consume alcohol in the United States alone. These decisions can lead to extremely tragic and devastating consequences. There's a law firm that has seen firsthand the pain that underage drinking causes victims and their family. National underage drinking statistics. Now I'm going to talk about a little bit of statistics here. 4,300 deaths annually, 12 months, are caused by underage drinking. People between the ages of 12 to 20 drink. 11% of all alcohol consumed in the U.S. More than 90% of alcohol consumed is considered a binge drinking. In 2010, there was 189,000 emergency room visits for injuries related to underage drinking. That means 1 in every 6 teens binge drink, excessively consuming alcohol in a short period of time. So you have these teenagers who go into these ditch parties and they drink. I'm not gonna lie, when I was young, I went to ditch parties, but I didn't drink because that wasn't me. But the people that I hung out with, they drank. But the difference is we didn't get behind a wheel of a vehicle. None of them got behind the wheel of a vehicle. But yes, underage drinking is wrong and it should not be done. 70% of young people have engaged in heavy drinking by the age 19 or 20. I didn't have my first drink until I was 21. And nearly 75% of 12th grade students, more than 66% of 10th grade students, and about 40% of 8th grade students have consumed alcohol in their lifetime. Now, you may think this is crazy what I'm about to say, but I've seen kids go behind their parents and drink their alcohol that their parents have in their cup. They'll leave it on the counter or the table, and the parents not looking, the child goes right behind, take a sip, put the cup back down, like nothing happens. I've seen a parent that actually passed the cup to the child, and the parent said, I would rather have my kid drink here in the house than drink on the outside. Point blank, wrong is wrong. If it's white, it's white. If it's black, it's black. I don't see the concept of that. I don't grasp that, because me as a parent, I'm not going to sit here and give my child some alcohol or give my child cigarettes or give my child a blunt to smoke in my presence, because you say you feel that you'd rather have them do it at home versus on the street. Yes, we should as parents teach our children right from wrong, but we should not allow our kids to drink or smoke in our presence at home because you think it's a good idea. The Youth Risk Behavior Survey conducted in 2013 discovered that amongst high school students in the past 30 days, 35% drank alcohol, 21% participated in a binge drink, 10% drove after drinking, 22% rode with an intoxicated driver. And these numbers are startling, especially when you consider that teen car accidents are the #1 cause of death for teens in the U.S. And that's just in 2013 alone. 2012, the statistics for 2012 were, when asked how easy would it be to get alcohol, most 8th, 10th and 12th graders said fairly easy or very easy. Now I know in our neighborhoods, you see little kids standing on the street corner, not even little, well maybe little kids, but you're seeing young teenagers standing on the corner by 7-Elevens or by the mom and pop stores and asking, hey, can you go in there and buy me this bottle of OD? I've had somebody approach me and ask me that. And I've seen kids say, can you go buy me a pack of cigarettes? Because they know they're underage. And needless to say, you have adults that do it. That'll take the money and go in there, buy it, come on out, and have meet the kid on the side of the building and give it to them. 11% of 8th graders reported drinking during the past 30 days, 3.6% to intoxication. 28% of 10th graders reported drinking during the past 30 days. That is 14.5% to intoxication. 42% of 12th graders reported drinking during the past 30 days, which was 28.1% to intoxication. Now ask yourself, how do teenagers obtain alcohol? Like I mentioned earlier, either they get it from their parents, they get it from somebody standing on the street corner by the local 7-Eleven or the local mom pop stores, or their older age friends. Now they go in there and they go buy the alcohol for their friends or for their family members, and they sit around and they get drunk. Amongst underage drinkers, 40% usually obtain alcohol by someone giving it to them. Meaning 38.2% received it from an unrelated person over the age of 21, and 21.4% received it from parents, guardians, or other family members. Now, they broke it down a little further. They broke it down between male and female, which the sexes drink the most. Believe it or not, males have the higher underage drinking rates than females. Current drinkers, 25.6% of males and 24.6% of which were females. Now on binge drinking, the males rated at 17.5% of males and 14% of females. Now we're gonna go a little step further. Now heavy drinkers, 5.6% of males are heavy drinkers and 3.2% females are heavy drinkers. It's a matter of life and death. My thing is, don't drink and drive. If you are out with your friends having fun, if you see somebody drunk, take the keys from them. You be the designated driver. Or if you guys go out, have a designated driver. That's what me and my girls used to do. We go out, okay, one night I'll be a designated driver, another night she'll be a designated driver. So we knew that we weren't getting behind the wheel being intoxicated. Being an adult means making responsible choices, making adult choices. You know, you hear your teenage kids saying, I'm grown, I want to be grown. You know, I'm a man, I'm a woman. You 18, okay, you 18, you're a man and a woman. A man and a woman take care of themselves. They're not living on the roof with their parents. And not to mention, if you're an adult, you'll make responsible choices as an adult, as a responsible adult. So that means if you're drinking and having fun, don't get behind the wheel of a vehicle. Do not put yourself or anybody else's life at jeopardy. Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to walk away with a scratch and someone else is going to lose their life. Now, every day in the U.S., like I mentioned before, 4,300 people or children are losing their lives to underage drinking. From 79 to 06, risk of binge drinking declined from 12 and 20-year-old males, but not females in this age range. No reduction in binge drinking occurred for college males. 12 to 14-year-old binge drinkers consume 91% of alcohol in their age group. Now, 12 to 14. Remember back when you was 12 and 14. Now, me personally, I wasn't thinking about picking up no alcohol, drinking, taking no pills, doing no drugs, none of that. I was too worried about sports. So now our kids nowadays are growing up so much faster than we did when we was coming up. 12 to 14 years of age, drinking alcohol when they should be outside playing with their friends, going to the mall, not drinking. Approximately 10.0 million persons ages 12 to 20 have reported just in the last month that they were binge drinkers. And 2 million admitted to being heavy drinkers. So again, where are these kids getting this alcohol? You know, a lot of us, we have bars in our homes where we have the alcohol, the bottles, and the kids are so easily accessible to the alcohol. So you're at work, working, trying to provide and make a living for your family, and your child is at home drinking, you know, thinking it's fun, thinking it's cool, trying to impress their friends. Okay, more kids try alcohol than cigarettes. 8th graders in the last 30 days had a drink. 13.8% had a drink. And in the last 30 days for cigarettes, 8th graders had 6.9%. 10th graders who drank in the last 30 days was 28.9%. And of those 10th graders, 13.6 had cigarettes. And 12th graders, 41.2% had a drink in the last 30 days, and of which 19.2% had a cigarette. Drinking among 15 to 16-year-old students selected, and in the U.S., a minimum purchase age on premises. In France, I'm gonna break it down to Western countries in the U.S. In France, it's 18. Denmark is 16 to 18. Italy is 16. Sweden is ages 18 to 20. The United Kingdom is 18, and the U.S. is 21. Now, in those last 30 days in those countries, 64% had drinks. These are aged between 15 to 16. In France, 64%, 80% in Denmark, 63% in Italy, 44% in Sweden, 70% in the United Kingdom, and 33% in the US. Okay, that was in 30 days. Now they had 5 or more drinks on the last occasion. Binge drinking last 30 days. France is 43%. Denmark is 60%. Italy is 38%. Sweden is 37%. United Kingdom is 54%, and the US, no remark. Okay, and they asked the kids between the ages of 15 and 16, in the last 30 days, who has been drunk? I'm going to go backwards. US, 18%. United Kingdom, 33%. Sweden is 17%. Italy is 12%. Denmark is 49%. And France is 18%. Now that is an alarming number, especially in the US, because every time you turn on the TV or look on your social site, your Facebook, you're seeing someone who's gotten ran over because of drunk driving. Somebody's popping the curb at a bus stop because they're under the influence. Someone going home from work is getting killed. Someone going home from church is getting injured, all because someone took the responsibility to get behind the wheel after they had a drink. Now, I know a lot of us heard about MAD, and MAD stands for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. You know, each day people drive drunk almost 300,000 times, but fewer than 4,000 are arrested. Now look at the number. You have 3,000 times of the people out there drinking and driving. but you only have 4,000 that are arrested. Okay, now what happened to the remaining that was drinking and driving? You know, there's a lot of people that go unnoticed, or better yet, is being swept under the rug because they don't have enough manpower to deal with the fact that you have a lot of people out there drinking and driving. And like I mentioned earlier, there was an inmate that I was in my unit that had 10 DUIs before he actually killed somebody. Now watch it get that far gone before he was actually reprimanded or actually sent to prison. Now if he was actually sent to prison and punished for his crimes for drink driving, yes, sure enough, maybe no one's gotten hurt. But now since everything has been gone and done with, dealt with, now the person, the 11th person, was the lucky one. He actually lost his life. Almost half of all 10th graders drink alcohol. In 2012, 10.3 million people reported driving under the influence of illicit drugs in the past year. Almost half of all drivers who were killed in crashes and tested positive for drugs also had alcohol in their system. About 1/3 of all drivers arrested or convicted of drunk driving are repeat offenders. What was that case where I guess the guy came from California and he was high, and I believe that's the one that hit the curb and hit all the people sitting at the bus stop. And how many times has he been caught in California alone? He had been caught, sent to jail many times, but that still doesn't stop anybody from driving drunk. You know, they get their license revoked and they still drive. They still get behind the wheel. About 1/3 of all drivers arrested or convicted drink drivers are repeat offenders, and that's bad. That's sad because they still don't take life seriously. They think it's a game. Over 1.2 million drivers were arrested in 2011 for driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics. Males were more likely than females, 15.1 versus 7.9% to drive drunk. The rate of drunk driving is highest amongst 21 to 25 years of age, which equals out to being 23.4%. In fatal crashes in 2011, the highest percentage of drunk drivers was for drivers ages 21 and 24, which equals out to be 32%, followed by ages 25 to 34, which equals out to be 30%, and 35 to 44 equals out to be 24%. The average person metabolizes alcohol at the rate of about 1 drink per hour. A standard drink is defined as 12 ounces of beer, 5 ounces of wine, 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits, which contains the same amount of alcohol. Impairment is not determined by the type of drink that you consume, but it's rather the amount of alcohol you drink over a period of time. In 2013 alone, a total of 1,149 children, 14 and younger, were killed in a motor vehicle traffic crashes. Of those 1,149 fatalities, 200 equals out to 7% occurred in alcohol impaired driving crashes. Out of those 200 deaths, 121 equals out to be 61% were occupants of vehicles with drivers who had VAX of 0.08, meaning their breathalyzer test, and the test came out to be 0.08. driving crashes. One in every 52 minutes. And 290,000 were injured in drunk driving crashes. Kids who start drinking young are 7 times more likely to be in an alcohol-related crash. An average drunk driver has driven drunk 80 times before his first arrest. And about 30% of 8th graders have tried alcohol. MAD has saved nearly 30,000 young lives through passage of the 21 minimum drinking age law. Car crashes are the leading cause of death for teens, and about a quarter of those crashes involve an underage drinking driver. High school students who use alcohol or other substances are 5 times more likely to drop out of school. Drunk driving costs each adult in the U.S. almost $800 per year. Every 2 minutes, a person is injured in a drunk driving crash. Now, before I go any further, I would like to dedicate this minute for Officer Hightower. We'd like to do silence for a minute for Officer Hightower. Wherever you are, please say a prayer for his family and his friends. Okay. Now, I have a poem that I want to read. And if you've been following us, you know I like to read my poems in the beginning. But because this topic is so sensitive to my fellow officers and to myself, I wanted to start off with the topic right away. Called Death of an Innocent. I went to a party, Mom. I remember what you said. You told me not to drink, Mom, so I drank soda instead. I really felt proud inside, Mom, the way you said I would. I didn't drink and drive, Mom, even though the others said I should. I know I did the right thing, Mom. I know you always right. Now the party is finally ending, Mom, as everyone is driving out of sight. As I got into my car, Mom, I knew I'd get home in one piece because of the way you raised me, so responsible and so sweet. I started to drive away, Mom, but as I pulled out into the road, the other car didn't see me, Mom, and hit me like a load. As I lay there on the pavement, Mom, I hear the policeman say, the other guy is drunk, Mom, and now I'm the one who will pay. I'm lying here dying, Mom. I wish you'd get here soon. How could this happen to me, Mom? My life just burst like a balloon. There is blood all around me, Mom, and most of it is mine. I hear the medics say, Mom, I died in a short time. I just wanted to tell you, Mom. I swear I didn't drink. It was the others, Mom. The others didn't think. He was probably at the same party as I. The only difference is he drank and I will die. Why do people drink, Mom? It can ruin your whole life. I'm feeling sharp pains now. Pains just like a knife. The guy who hit me is walking, Mom, and I don't think it's fair. I'm lying here dying, and all he can do is stare. Tell my brother not to cry, Mom. Tell my daddy to be brave. And when I go to heaven, Mom, put daddy's girl on my grave. Someone should have told me, Mom, not to drink and drive. Excuse me. Someone should have told him, Mom, not to drink and drive. If only they had told him, Mom, I would still be alive. My breath is getting shorter, Mom. I'm becoming very scared. Please don't cry for me, Mom. When I needed you, you were always there. I have one last question, Mom, before I say goodbye. I didn't drink and I didn't drive, so why am I the one to die? Now that was deep. You know, that is something to think about, the death of an innocent. And I always wondered why. Why is the innocent ones that always want to die? Not the one that actually caused the accident, not the one that caused the pain. Believe me, I don't want anybody to die. But why is the ones that are on their way to work, on their way to school, sitting at the bus stop, going home from work or going home from school, or just driving, mind their own business, when all of a blink of an eye, they lose their life because someone was careless to get into their vehicle and drive a 10-ton vehicle. You know, I never really understood that, and it still bothers me to today. It's always the innocent, the ones always are the first one taken away. And that's the end of our show today. But before I get off the air, I wanted to bring awareness to the community. There is the garden, our first urban garden here in Las Vegas. The owner is Rosalind Brooks, who is also a health teacher, health coach. And you can actually go into the garden and pick fresh gardens. And it's not expensive at all. And it's located at 715 North Tonopah. It's right off of Bonanza. And she has an honor system. It's straight donations. You know, you can go down the rows and pick tomatoes. You can go and pick grapes. You can go and pick onions. They have all kinds of different items, different produce that you can go and pick. So go and support this local establishment. And they really truly are doing something great in the community, and it's not really known, because I didn't know about it until maybe a couple of weeks ago when I saw it on Facebook. And it's right here in the community. You know, go and support the local businesses that are here, you know, in the community, doing something positive for ourselves. And also I wanted to speak about, we're having a youth event next month, August 29th, and it's called No More, meaning no more sagging, no more youth violence, no more gang, no more peer pressure, no more bullying, and no more suicide. We want to put an end to all this nonsense that's going on in the community with these young people. You know, there was a post on Facebook that said Black Lives Matter. You know, it won't matter until we realize how much Black Lives matter. You know, we are so quick to down someone else in the community because either they don't dress like you or talk like you, or they don't support your organizations that you support. But we need to stop and think in the community. We need to uplift, and we need to start at home. We need to start with the youth in the community, because they are our future. These young men out here are killing themselves over sets, over gang colors. You know, and these young girls setting these young men up because they think that they're being loyal to their dude. But in all reality, you're not. You're not being. You think you're being loyal, but question you need to ask yourself: is he gonna be loyal to you? Would he do that for you? If you go to prison for him, or go to prison for doing what you do you think he's gonna be down for you to go and put money in your books, go and visit you all the time? No, you need to think about it. Stop and think about it. Put yourself first. If you don't put yourself first, why should you think anybody else is gonna put you first? So back to the no more event. It's a community event. It's gonna be food, music, poetry. We have speakers coming from ex-gang members to correctional officers to police officers to motivational speakers. And they're here, we're all doing this together. We're all together for one purpose, and the purpose is the youth. No more. Enough is enough. And at 10 o'clock a.m. sharp, we will be releasing balloons in honor of the youth that have taken their lives in suicide behind bullying and peer pressure. We are going to honor them and releasing the blue balloons for their honor. And we want to do this yearly in honor of our youth. And we will have raffles, and we will have games to play. Like I said, this is going to be a fun event, and we want you all to come out and be a part of this event. We have vendor tables, so if you're interested in bringing out merchandise that you sell, or if you have a food vending food company, a food truck, and you would like to come out and sell some of your items, please get in touch with us at ok2bdiff@gmail.com. That's OK, number 2, the letter B, the letter D as in David, IFF as in Frank, @gmail.com, or you can call us at 702-380-0828. And not to mention, we do have a barber. This is the barber that's coming out. I have a barber that's coming out, and he's gonna cut a couple of young men's head for free. So come on out and let's have fun. And if you have a behavioral health center and you would like to partake in this and bring some of your youth down, please do so. It is open to the public, and it's not about my mentoring program. It's not about your mentoring program, and it's not about your behavioral service program. It's about us as a community, us as a whole. So we all come together and have a good time and have fun. That means I've reached my goal, what I wanted to do. So in saying that, I want to invite every one of you out to our first No More event, which is going to be held at the Garden, which is located at 715 North Tonopah, and that's off of Bonanza. The time is going to be from 10 to 2. At 10 p.m. sharp, we'll be releasing balloons. Yeah, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be releasing balloons exactly at 10 a.m. So come on out and have a good time with us, and hope to see you there.